This is Barricade, and if you guys watched Transformers 1, he was first introduced in this movie. But the problem is, near the end of the movie, when they're on the highway, this guy randomly disappeared. But do you guys know why? In order to find out what happened to Barricade, we have to rely on the Transformer movie comics. This is issue 1 of the Reign of Starscream. As we dive into the comic, we see Starscream letting know the Decepticons to intercept the Autobot. Barricade told Bone Crusher, hey, you take care of Optimus, I got a score to settle with Bumblebee. Because earlier in the movie, Barricade got pieced up by Bumblebee. But here's the thing, as Barricade was trying to go for Bumblebee, Ironite came out of nowhere and freaking ran Barricade off the highway. Later on in the comics, Blackout lets Megatron know that Barricade is still alive, but he's critically damaged. The thing is, Megatron didn't really care because his main focus was the Allspark. What's really important to note is that Starscream overheard this conversation. This is important the more we get into the comic. After this interaction, Transformers 1 basically plays out the same in the comics, with Megatron getting done dirty and Sam Wiki putting the cube in his chest. Well, after Megatron's death, Starscream continues to destroy the American Air Force, and then he decided to retreat because he just realized that he may be the last Decepticon on Earth. Well, until he remembers what Blackout said about Barricade. Because of that, he goes back to the highway and he does find Barricade. He lets Barricade know about what happened to Megatron and the Decepticons, along with the Allspark being destroyed. While Barricade is being repaired, Starscream did let him know that once he is functional to continue his reconnaissance. Now, based on the movie comics, we now know that Barricade did survive, and the reason that he disappeared was because of Ironite running him off the highway. But this comment also hints on explaining why we didn't get to see Barricade in Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, mainly because he was doing reconnaissance for Starscream. This is Starscream. And at the end of Transformers 1, if you think that he just ran away, you are completely wrong. If you read the Transformer movie comic, specifically issue 2 of the Reign of Starscream, you'll find out that he did much more than just run away. At the end of Transformers 1, Starscream went to go find Barricade because he was still alive. When he found Barricade, he was looking for Frenzy. The reason why he was looking for Frenzy was because he had a lot of intel on the Allspark. A question you may have is, why does he need that information? It's because Starscream is literally trying to recreate the Allspark, dude. I know, right? This guy is moving different. But as we go into the comics, we see him going back to Hoover Dam to try and find Frenzy. When he reached Hoover Dam, he was met with human soldiers. He gave them a chance to surrender, but they shot a bazooka at his face. So that, in turn, made him shoot a bunch of missiles at them. And then while all that chaos was going on, he just flew into Hoover Dam. As he got into Hoover Dam, long story short, he does find Frenzy. He gets Frenzy, and then he gets up out of here. As he was leaving Hoover Dam, he was met with a surprise. Some of the human soldiers notified Agent Salazar, which is part of Sector 7. So Starscream states that his energy levels are low, so he's just trying to get up out of here. But what Salazar said had Starscream shook. He said his name. He said, yo, Starscream, what's up with you? That made Starscream let his guard down and gave enough time for the humans to deploy LM1, which I'm not 100% sure what it is, but it was a car that tried to transform and failed halfway into it. After seeing this, he did give props to the humans, saying that they're not as primitive as he thought. After LM1's failure, all the humans just started to attack him. Starscream's energy levels were really low, so he didn't want to battle them. So what he did is he took Agent Salazar for himself. He took him because they found him very intriguing, and he wanted to interrogate him to know more about the Allspark and know more about humans. When he noticed more human forces coming, he decided to dip out. He started heading towards Mars, but obviously Salazar couldn't survive the trip, which is what we see at the end of Transformers 1. So as you see, he did way more than just run away at the end of Transformers 1, and I honestly wish we got to see this in the movie.